What's going on, everybody? It's Glenn for the latest news, and if you're new here, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. We're going to continue to SmackDown this past Friday. It was a decent show, kind of a repeat of the ending of the show with the bloodline coming out on top. I get it; they trying to make the bloodline look strong before the tribal chief Roman Reigns make his way back. I mean, I get it, but I mean the same finish every week. I mean, at some point we gotta get something different. But we started the night off with Cody Rhodes, the undisputed champion. He was pretty much giving his take on the Viper Randy Orton and how he felt about Randy and how they came up together and how Randy pretty much gave him a chance and gave him an opportunity to be at the point that he is right now. And to see Randy Orton get hurt like that for him not to help or nothing to do to help, he felt bad about it. But it's all set up for design. It's all set up for when Randy Orton do come back. He's definitely gonna turn on Cody at some point. I don't know if it's when he come back after this kayfabe injury, because this kayfabe injury, he's not really like hurt. I guess they're gonna sit Randy out possibly to maybe next week maybe. Probably no longer than that. He probably definitely be back before SummerSlam, or he'll probably be back at SummerSlam. I don't know how they're gonna play that one out, but it's definitely looking like they're gonna set Randy up to turn on Cody. It's right in our face. Nia Jax and Bailey cut a great promo on each other backstage. I mean, Bailey pretty much threw a major shot at Nia Jax, called her clumsy and this and that, out of shape, pretty much big. It was kind of crazy, but overall, SmackDown was decent. It was just like the same finish at the end of the show. Was just, I don't know. I mean, I get it. They trying to make the bloodline look strong or whatever. We get it. Bailey destroyed Tiffany Stratton's Money in the Bank briefcase, which don't mean a damn thing because because it's not the briefcase, it's the contract within the briefcase that was matters. So her destroying the briefcase, then I don't understand that, but whatever. Didn't really care too much about that, honestly. But like I said, SmackDown was decent, and then we got the signing of Tola Tonga, the brother of Tama Tonga and Lola Tonga. There's so many Tongas and Tolas, and it's just so confusing at times. Excuse me if I get their names wrong, but yeah, he's supposedly signed with the company. It's been well known that he's signed with the company. So I don't know when they're gonna have him come in. I don't know what team he's gonna be on, but shoot, I don't know, man, because that new bloodline got Jacob Fatu, and he like a team within himself, man. That man is just terrorizing it. And then I'm hearing that it's like a rumor going out from like an old tweet from Jacob Fatu. From it was like from I believe 2 years ago. No, not even. It was a little before he came in the company or whatever. About him and the tribal chief thing with Solo Sokola claiming he was the tribal chief at the time. But and the tweet pretty much Jacob Fatu was against that, but that was before he came in and pretty much joined up with Solo Sokola with the new bloodline. But a lot of people was thinking that Jacob Fatu is going to end up turning on Solo Sokola in a new bloodline. I mean, I could see that happening. And then he, I guess, joins the tribal chief with Jimmy and Jay, because Jimmy and Jay gonna end up getting back together some way somehow. I don't know how they're gonna pull that one off, but we get back into the show though. SmackDown. Carmelo Hayes and Andrade had a great match. Those guys are super talented, man. They definitely got a bright future ahead of them. Andrade is just super talented. Carmelo Hayes is definitely on his way. He's definitely proven to be very talented as well. But it's just like the opportunities for those guys is I don't know. It's just so short numbered due to the major talent that we got as of now. And then it's looking like LA Knight gonna end up taking that U.S. belt from Logan Paul. They had a running that night. They finally changed some blows that night. It was good to see. LA Knight almost hit the BFT on Logan Paul, but he escaped. Um, that's gonna be a alright match. But LA Knight is definitely still going. He's definitely gonna come out on top of that match. It just he has to, you know. Logan Paul, he had his little run, you know, or whatever the case may be. And he had a great run. He defended that title well, I might say. You know, Logan Paul is no slouch. He even got better on the mic. He actually threw a lot of shade at L.A. Knight, called him by his real name and everything. He held his own, you know, against L.A. Knight. You gotta give Logan Paul some credit. He has been holding his own. So if he somehow miraculously beat LA Knight or they just save LA Knight championship for the US belt for another time, I don't know if I will be too mad. I don't know how I will feel about that. But I do see LA Knight winning that belt at SummerSlam. I don't see it in any other way but at that time, you know. It's about time that LA Knight get his first major championship because he's so over and he worked so hard, you know, for what he's got right now, you know, just by just being himself and just being supernaturally talented, you know. But yeah, overall, SmackDown could have been better. It wasn't really much to cover that night besides, you know, Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton and how he felt about Randy Orton. I mean, if you want to count the Bailey destroying Tiffany Stratton Money in the Bank briefcase, I guess you could count that. Definitely the beatdown, the bloodline gave Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes, but it was like the same thing like every other night. Like this is like the third week that they, you know, first it was Paul Heyman, then it was Randy Orton, and then it was Cody, and you know Kevin Owens or whatever. So at some point, the bloodline got to get their ass kicked. At some point, they can't just keep kicking ass and then we'll get their ass kicked. They got to get their ass kicked at some point, you know. So I don't know, man. We still got like what about a week, 2 weeks before SummerSlam. I believe it's the 3rd of August. So we got about like a week and a half, 2 weeks before it comes or whatever. I don't know when they're gonna debut the tribal chief Roman Reigns, but it's definitely around no later than SummerSlam. I might add that KO and Cody Rhodes and A-Town Down Under had a great match. It was a great match. It was a decent match. I don't know what they doing with A-Town Down Under as far as Austin Theory and Jason Wilder. I don't know how. I mean, because they don't really have much tag teams to work with, you know, to go for, you know, that go for those tag belts. It's not really much major tag teams, so them splitting A-Town Down Under or possibly splitting, which it's looking like it's about to happen. It's just I don't know how I feel about that. You know, it's not like I said, it's not that many tag teams in a tag team division. You know, because you got tag team champions on Raw and SmackDown, so it's only but so many teams to go around or to just make or put together. You know, they got that chemistry. They still gotta have the chemistry together as well. Then a lot of guys is injured. You know, a lot of guys from certain teams are injured. You got Tyler Bate, he's injured. You know, the Viking Raiders. I think both those guys injured. Or Abel, I don't know if he's injured, but we haven't seen him in a while. I don't know what they're doing with Abel if he's not hurt, but I don't know if he's hurt, but I know his partner's hurt. Um, yeah, it's just this is really the injuries that's really taking tolls on business right now with certain talent. You know, That's pretty much what it is, like though. But like I said, overall SmackDown was decent. I mean, finish was about the same. Carmelo Hayes and Andrade had a great match, but like I said, it's about the same finish. At some point, it gotta be a change. Like I said, we still got about 2 weeks. I'm hearing the tribal chief Roman Reigns might come back before SummerSlam, but me personally, like I said, my last video, I would save it for SummerSlam. To bring the tribal chief back. I think it would make more of a better appearance. Because the last few SummerSlams he came back or whatever, for about about in the span of 2 years or a year after each other, he came back in style. So I would, like I said, I would save it for the SummerSlam. Keep that tradition going. But if they decide to bring him back earlier than that, I won't be too mad at that, because, like I said, some type of change need to happen with this whole bloodline just beating people up every week, and just not getting touched. And then Jacob Fatu, I don't know, man. Him turning on Solo is a possibility. It's definitely a possibility, but it's not going to happen. I don't think it's definitely not going to happen no time soon. But then again, I don't know. Anything could change. They could change at any split moment on what they decide to do as far as that, because I'm hearing that may end up happening somewhere down the line, definitely. But I don't think, not before the tribal chief get his hands on Fatu, Jacob Fatu, because I'm hearing they may be planning the match between those two, Roman Reigns and Fatu, or possibly Fatu. I'm hearing even Fatu may face KO at SummerSlam. That's gonna be a great match, man. I mean, that's definitely gonna be a great match if that end up happening. The cards for SummerSlam is setting up pretty good. And like I said, we hearing that Seth Rollins might be the referee between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk in that match, so that's going to be real interesting to see. SummerSlam is set up well. Like I said, we got the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. He's gonna come back going nuts. Like, he gonna come back going crazy. The man been getting in shape. Like, look like he dyed his hair. It's like he coming back Super Saiyan. He dyed his hair blonde. Like, yeah, he gonna come back Super Saiyan 2 on this new bloodline. As far as getting the old bloodline back together, though, I don't know how they're gonna pull that one off, but it's definitely gonna end up happening. It's gonna have to happen. It just make more sense for the story for that to happen. But how they prolong it, I don't know. But it starts with the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, though. It definitely start with him coming back first and him laying the chess pieces down, and it's gonna be him having to pull them strings back together and make it right. With that old bloodline, with the twins and possibly Sami Zayn, and but I put Sami Zayn as a possibility because they probably want to keep it within like family or whatever. But I don't know how they're gonna do that. But yeah, you guys let me know what y'all thought about SmackDown and how y'all felt about the tribal chief Roman Reigns making his way back sooner rather than later. We hearing it may be at SummerSlam, but before. But you guys let me know what y'all thought.